Okay, so today I have some Amazon favorites for you. These are all of my favorites from 2021. Truly, there are a couple here and there that are probably from 2020, but since I like to do a year-end favorites for all of the beauty products and makeup products that I use all year long, I thought it'd be fun to also do an Amazon one, just in case you guys want to see some more lifestyle favorites as well. So getting right to it, the first favorite that I want to talk about are glass mugs, specifically for like coffee and tea. There are so many varieties of these on Amazon, some of which are a little less expensive than the ones I'm showing here, but these are the ones that I have. I've actually bought from a couple different brands and both of them have been really, really good. It just kind of depends on what size you want, but these are double-walled insulated glass mugs, and they're exactly what they look like. I just love the aesthetic of these. If it were up to me, I would honestly get rid of all of the other mugs that we have and just have sets of these clear ones because I love seeing like my coffee in a clear glass. Like I really like the look of it. It's totally an aesthetic thing. Although I do think these are pretty good at keeping your coffee warm-ish. You know, it's not a Yeti cup or something like that, but it does do a pretty good job. Can even put these in the microwave to like reheat a beverage if I want to. These are just really nice. So about 35 bucks for 4. I've had no issues with putting them in the dishwasher. I haven't really dropped one, I don't think, but they do feel very sturdy. It doesn't feel like something that's gonna crack or fall apart in any sort of way. These are made very well. So this is definitely a favorite for my kitchen. The next thing is only about 10 bucks, and I recently bought this. I just heard about it on Smokey Glow's channel when she was doing a gift guide, and I actually did end up buying somebody this as a gift, and I bought one for myself too. And I'm talking about this phone holder. So this is what I have on my vanity. It would be nice to have one on a desk or maybe your desk at work as well, especially like I said, for 10 bucks. I do like also that you can change the position of how you hold your phone. So I actually think, especially since you can adjust this, I think this would be great if you were doing like, let's say you wanted to film like an IGTV. I think this also would be great if you want to like FaceTime somebody. Sometimes I like to FaceTime, you know, my mom or my sisters or something while I'm doing my makeup. So I can just have this set up and it's perfectly like aligned to where they can see me and I can see them. But more often than not, I use it this way so that I can watch YouTube videos, watch a Netflix show while I'm getting ready. That's primarily how I use it. But sometimes I will grab this, bring it over to my desk while I'm working. I love to like listen to videos while I'm doing like admin stuff for my job. So this is just really awesome. It looks very clean, professional, nice and neat. This also does adjust. Yeah, this also does adjust with height, so you could make it taller. I'm not sure why you would want to, but that is an option. Before I had this, I was actually propping my phone up on a business card holder, like one of the ones that just sit on your desk, and honestly, that worked well, but it started looking dingy and gross after a while. This looks much neater and nicer, and it definitely is awesome to be able to adjust this and, like I said, turn it on whether you want a landscape or not. So this has been great, and like I said, for 10 bucks, definitely need to pick one up. The next thing you guys have definitely seen on my channel before. I have it right here, but I will pop it up on the screen as well. This is the fan that I use for setting my makeup. I don't think I could find this exact one on Amazon, but they're all basically the same. This one, for example, has a few different settings. So if you want it like low, medium, or high, and it's awesome because it's not battery powered. You actually can charge it through like a little cable, so you're never worrying about fiddling with batteries, and the charge lasts a really long time. So even if you were gonna travel with this, which I do, you don't have to worry about like bringing extra batteries or like what if it runs out while I'm there. You just have a little cord and that's the end of it. This was $13.99. They're about 13, 15 bucks. Sometimes you can find them for even like 10 bucks. But I do think that this has elevated my makeup application. I'm always looking for new tools and new ways to just make my beauty process as perfected as possible. You absolutely do not need a fan to like dry your setting spray, which is what I use it for. But now that I have one, I can't imagine like having to go like this or having to use some sort of palette. Like that works, but it's just not nearly the same. It's really something that is a nice to have. But once you get it, you're like, yeah, I'm so glad that I have this. Another thing that I recently just bought and that I should have bought so much sooner is one of these little rubberized, has makeup on it already, little rubberized heat tool pads. This one was $13.99. It is a little bit of a larger one, which I do like because if I want to set multiple tools like my straightener and a curling iron, sometimes I'm like straightening a few pieces like right by my hairline and then I'm curling the rest of my hair. I know. Can I get any more high maintenance? But this has been awesome to have, not only for trying to protect the surface that you're putting your hot tool on, but also just to be able to grip the hot tool like in place. So especially with my curling wand, I feel like it's always like sliding around, or like I have to kind of really take my time to adjust it to where it's not leaning the hottest part of it onto my desk or my vanity. So just having that protection in place saves me the annoyance of that. The straightener is pretty fine. Like I just put it on its side. But especially with a curling iron or curling wands, like a lot of them, mine doesn't have like a little kickstand for it to where you know it's not, you know, sliding around, moving around, going up and down, hitting your desk. Like if it doesn't have that feature, having one of these is extremely necessary. And like I said, I should have bought it a million years ago, but I always thought I gotta get one of those and I just forgot. So here's your reminder if you're like me. Pick one up. It'll be linked down below. Okay, another beauty product that I have been using now for about 2 years or a year and a half. I actually heard about this from Samantha Ravindall, and it is my new, well, it's like a year and a half old, 2 years, but it is my current favorite lash glue. And it's this one. So this is the D-Up Eyelashes Glue Super Hard. I don't know if you need the super hard one or not, but that's the one that I buy. 502 clear type. Now this eyelash glue is a little more expensive than some other ones out there. I do pay about $15 for this, $14.99. Sometimes it's like $12.99, but it is more expensive than most other readily available lash glues on the market. However, this is so good because number one, the ease of application is excellent with the little brush tip, but more than that, I want to mention ease of application because it does not take very long at all to get sticky on the lash band. So when you paint this glue on your lash band, if you're using like duo lash glue, especially the one like in the squeeze tube, you know that you're waiting 30 seconds to a whole minute to apply your lashes because you need that lash glue to be sticky and not too wet to where it's going to slide your lashes around. You want to be able to set your lash down and it stick, hello, glue, the whole reason, to your lash line and to your skin and be set. You don't want to have to worry about. That's one of the biggest things when I feel like people start, including myself, when people start trying to put on fake lashes, they feel like it's so hard and so annoying and so messy because they're using the wrong lash glue, or they're using a lash glue that they're not waiting long enough for that glue to get tacky. So some of you may be makeup professionals and may already know that trick, but that is very, very important. So I love how quickly this gets sticky on your lash line. I mean, we're talking like 10, 15 seconds max, and you put it on and it's good to go. The other thing is this does keep my lashes stuck all day. Like no issues at all with it not lasting hours and hours and hours throughout the day. I mean, I could keep my lashes on for a full 24 hours, probably more, without worrying about lifting or my lashes budging. So it is a very stronghold glue. Probably the most important thing about this lash glue for me is that I was using other lash glues for a long time, specifically the Duo lash glue in the green bottle, like shaped like this, where you have a little wand where you can paint your lashes and then you're good to go. I was using that one from the drugstore for a very long time, and not right away, but eventually my eyelash line or my eyelid became extraordinarily sensitive to that lash glue. The Duo one has, I think, formaldehyde in it. And my best guess, my hypothesis is that that is the ingredient that was irritating my eyes. But my eyes, I'm serious, after using that lash glue one full day, was so red, so puffy, so itchy, so flaky, like seriously like diseased. Like it looked absolutely horrific and I had to stop using it completely. I mean, for a while I was wondering like, would I ever be able to wear lashes again because they didn't have like magnetic lashes yet. Anyways, so I have been buying this and I have absolutely no issues at all. So I've been super happy with it, and Amazon, of course, makes things very convenient by being able to just buy it online. If you have Prime, it usually comes the next day, or it's at least free shipping if you have Prime. So it's just easy, and I'm consistently repurchasing this product specifically. Okay, moving on. Another thing that I wanted to mention that you can use for your phone is a specific phone charger from the Amazon Basics collection. I know you guys might be like, we all know that phone cords are sold on Amazon. Like, why would you think that'd be important enough to add into your video? But I am telling you, I was buying so many phone chargers, like lightning chargers for my iPhone for months, and I would have to replace it like almost once a month because none of the ones that I bought from different brands were lasting. Most of the time, they weren't even fraying. It was that they were just like, oh, this charger doesn't work anymore. No reason at all, just doesn't work. However, I spent some more money and I have now been buying the Amazon Basics nylon braided lightning cable. These, like I said, are more expensive. This is $17.99, but they really work and last. So I do suggest spending a little bit more money. This is definitely something that I advocate for because I have had such good luck ever since I started buying the Amazon Basics cables. So they even have them like in 10-foot lengths, which I really tend to like when I'm like laying in bed. They have 3-foot, they have 6-foot, they have basically everything that you're gonna want. But this is just my short message to spend a little extra money and get these good ones because they really are much better quality. Another thing that I wanna mention for your kitchen or for beverages are these Tervis double-walled insulated tumbler cups. I basically only want these cups in my life. Now, you can be annoying, or some people would say fun, and buy like the ones that I have with little patches in them. Like we have one for the Steelers because that's what football team my family likes. We have one for the Eagles because that's what Jorge likes. We also have one for USF, University of South Florida, because that's where both Jorge and I went for undergrad. And then we also have some that are just plain and clear and they don't even have a lid. They're just open. But in general, the Tervis double-walled insulated cups, I have to have. They are a little bit pricier, like these big ones that are 24 ounces, which I love the best, that have the lid and I can put a straw in it and be good for hours. These are $21 each, but they're 100% worth it. They're dishwasher safe. The biggest thing about them that's so nice is that they are insulated and they do keep like your ice water or your beverage cold for a long period of time. Probably not as good as like, again, a Yeti cup, but I don't love my water in a metal cup if I can help it. Like I just want the clear plastic. So these are just awesome. Also, no condensation. This is another situation where I just want to throw away every other glass that we have that isn't these because I'm sick and tired of the condensation getting on everything that I own. These are just really nice. I love them. I bring them in the car with me. They're really, really nice. So wanted to suggest those if you haven't picked any of those up yet. Okay, another thing back to beauty that I consistently repurchase and that I highly suggest are these Mighty Patch Original from Hero Cosmetics. These are hydrocolloid acne pimple patches for blemishes. These I have to have on hand. Like genuinely have to. These are $12.99 for 36 patches, and me and Jorge use these consistently. Specifically, how I use these are on blemishes that I have extracted. So if I have a pimple or Jorge has one and I try to extract it, and then I kind of have like kind of an open wound at that point, I will put one of these on and cover up that area. And what it will do, especially, this is especially good if you pop a blemish or pimple and you know that it's not completely like empty, I should say. I know this is really graphic, but you put one of these on and it seriously sucks everything out of that blemish. So the next day, because I usually wear these at night when I'm sleeping, the next day you wake up, you pull one of these off, and chances are your blemish will be either completely flat and pretty much healed, or the rest of what you need to get out of that blemish is to the surface to where you can extract it again and then put on another one of these. Also, if you're wearing a mask or even not wearing a mask, but I've talked about these on my channel before, and I've mentioned I will wear one of these, like especially if I get like something on my jaw area, which is typically where I will get a blemish. I will put one on and put my mask on and wear it all day long. Even if I'm not wearing a mask, I have worn these because I do not care. I'm more concerned about my blemish healing and getting gone versus like, oh my God, somebody can see a little like clear sticker on my skin. And with that being said, they are very discreet. The hydrocolloid band-aid is just an awesome thing to have for blemishes. They do sell large ones that are meant for like blisters, like at the drugstore, but these mighty patches are just the perfect size and shape for most blemishes. So I just like the convenience of having them. They're great. And at $12.99, they're not, anything that's gonna break the bank. Always have to recommend these, and I always have these on hand. Okay, next is a newer product for me that truthfully I'm still trying out to its fullest, but I have had good success with this so far, and I think that you guys might be interested if you are a wine drinker. This is a UV-free wine sulfite remover. So it says an organic and discreet alternative to a wine wand or a wine filter. Enjoy red wine without the headaches and allergies, made in New Zealand. So this is a little thing that looks like eye drops basically that you pour into your glass of red wine. You use, I think, 5 drops per glass. You swirl it around, wait like 30 seconds or something. I forget. I think it's 30 seconds to a minute. I'm not sure how this works at all. I have done zero research on this, but it is supposed to get rid of or neutralize the preservatives or the sulfites in wine. And the theory is that it's the sulfites that cause like hangovers from wine and headaches. Now, obviously, if you're gonna drink like an entire bottle of wine to yourself, I'm not saying like you're gonna wake up with no hangover, but I have found, especially being 33 years old, I will drink like 1 glass of red wine and be fine. But if I drink 2 glasses, which is typically what I would like to do, especially if we go to like a wine place or we're having a nice dinner, like I want a couple glasses every single night, even though it's not like I'm drunk after 2 glasses, every single night that I would do that, I would not sleep well. I would wake up in the middle of the night super dehydrated, which is also another thing that I need to work on, drinking more water, but I would have a headache, like just 2 glasses. And I feel like 2 glasses is not insane to be drinking 2 glasses of wine for one person with dinner. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, these have really helped. The other thing that I've tried is a wine wand, like filter wand, and they're these plastic wands with one end, it looks like a little spoon. One end looks like a tea bag. It's like a filter, and you actually take it out and stir it around into your wine glass for like 3 minutes. You stir it around and then you leave it in for 3 minutes, and it's supposed to do the same thing. You take it out and then you can drink your wine, and that's supposed to be your filter. However, and this is true, like this description says, that is not discreet, number one, which I don't really care. Like I've brought those to restaurants and just stirred and people have been like, what are you doing? And I have no problem being like, this is what it is. But it is not discreet. Like if you just pulled out your drops and were able to just drop them in. And also it's not environmentally friendly because it's a plastic wand and you can use only 1 wand per glass. So if you're out at dinner, you're using 2, Jorge's using 2, other people might need some, you know what I mean? It adds up and then you're just wasting plastic for no reason. So all that's to say, if you have problems like me with getting headaches from drinking wine and kind of just like a hangover feeling, even if you're only having 2 glasses, then I do think these are worth trying. It says specifically red wine, which is truly all I tend to drink. Like I don't really drink that much other than red. So I don't know how this would work with like white wine or rosé or something. If you've tried it out, let me know, but I really like these. So try them out for yourself. Come back to my channel. Let me know what you think. All right, next I want to talk about a couple of clothing things. The first one are these Dragon Fit high-waisted yoga shorts with 2 side pockets. So this is an Amazon choice item. It says these are workout shorts. These are basically bike shorts. I have worn these to yoga before, like specifically like a hot yoga class. But more than anything, I just like wearing these like if I'm gonna take my dogs on a walk or if I'm just lounging around the house. And I might add that the pockets, the 2 side pockets are awesome, especially if you're like going on a walk, because it does fit a larger phone. So those are great, but I just think these are good quality. They are fitted in a way that is kind of compression-ish, as in they kind of like hold your stomach in a little bit. So they're just a little slimming. You can wear these just like with a big t-shirt. I've worn them out literally with a big t-shirt and cute sandals and been like, this is my outfit for today. I don't know if most of you would do that, but I think these are really good quality. My sisters were actually recommending ones from Lululemon, and I want to still buy those, but they're literally like $58. So I was like, let me just see how much I like this concept of clothing item, because I have 0 bike shorts in my collection. So I got these first. These are $18.98, and they're great. They're really good. I really recommend them. The next pair of shorts I also really recommend for similar activities. Lounging around the house, running errands, going on a walk. You could wear them to work out. These are the Blooming Jelly Women's Quick Dry Running Shorts with pockets. These are very flattering the way that they are cut. They're a little high-waisted, and they're also cut like on the sides. Are those called like dolphin shorts? Where it's kind of like a V on the side. So it's flattering like that. They do have kind of like the underwear inserts. So if you are like laying down or doing yoga workouts where you're like lifting your leg in the air, you're not flashing everyone whatever underwear you're wearing. They do have that like protection layer. And also, like I said, the pocket on the side has a zip pocket that is awesome specifically because it fits large cell phones. I have the 12X Plus or Pro or whatever, like the biggest one that's out basically for iPhone, and that fits perfectly, and that's a big deal. Every other type of dry running short that I've bought, like from Nike or Under Armour or something, the pockets are kind of a joke when it comes to considering putting your phone in there if you have the type of phone, like size phone that I have. So I really like these. So one or the other or both if you're like me and you like to have a couple of both, and those are $19.99. Okay, the next thing I could have mentioned earlier when I was talking about the Mighty Patches. This I have to use a disclaimer with. I am not an esthetician, I am not a dermatologist, and I do not want to recommend anything for non-adult people who are not going to use this appropriately, but this is a tool that I have bought and that I use all of the time. This is the Butte Galleria Needle Blackhead Remover Pimple Extractor Popper for acne, comedone, blemish. They use every single like keyword they can think of in the title, but this is basically a blemish extraction tool. This has a little like pointy lancer or like needle on one end, and then it has this little loop that is on the other end. So typically, let's say you have a blemish, you can kind of lance it a little bit and then use the other end to squeeze out whatever you need to squeeze out. It is a more hygienic tool than using like your fingers, your nails. It's way more effective than using 2 Q-tips and trying to squeeze. You can get this mostly sterile by like putting it in boiling water or you know, keeping it away from bacteria as best you can before you use it. Again, even if you're washing your hands and you're using your fingers or your nails, like you can't get this as clean as you could one of these tools if you're using this in boiling water to clean it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it's cleaner and it's way more effective. I specifically wanted this one because it has a lancer on one end, or like the needle point, because often what's so painful and damaging to the skin is if you have a pimple and you just start squeezing and you rely on the pressure of the squeezing to burst through your skin barrier and all your layers of skin to extract the blemish, versus if you just go ahead and like lance it, put a little pinprick, and then push. It's a lot better, in my opinion, for like preventing scars and also for just getting absolutely everything out. I'm not somebody who's just gonna be like, oh, scrape it off and we're good. Like, I need it out completely. This is also a great tool to use on your loved ones. So I am Jorge's personal esthetician, and he doesn't like me all the time, but I will pull out my phone flashlight and this tool anytime that is necessary. Next on my list is literally a headlamp so that I can be hands-free and just have my tool and go to work, because that's what I'm all about here. So this is only $6.99. It's a great product. I definitely recommend it. Another product I definitely should have bought sooner in my life. Okay, I have 3 more things, and this next one is my favorite pair of slippers. These are only 24 bucks. They come in different colors, all of which are mostly neutral. I have the tan ones, or the color beige, and I really like this color. These are the Co-Face women's fuzzy slippers, fluffy faux fur house slippers, open toe. They're basically little sandals with fur on the top, but rubber yoga mat slippers. That's the texture, is a yoga mat. These are comfortable. They're not too hot because I am in Florida, and I'm not wearing slippers because I'm cold. I'm wearing slippers because I have 2 dogs, and if I walk around this house, as much as we clean and even pay cleaners to come to this house, there is dog hair on the ground. It will collect on like your socks or your feet. And more than that though, my dog King has these big jowls. He's an old English bulldog, and when he drinks water, he dips all of his face, basically, especially his jowls, in the water, and guess what happens? He leaves the water bowl and drips water all over the kitchen and inevitably all over the house. So I need to walk around my house and not want to die. So I have to have something on my feet. Socks aren't gonna work. I guess I could wear just flip-flops, but these slippers are just, they're cute, they're comfortable, they're squishy, and they protect my feet from living with animals. Hey, sweet boy, look at this baby. Oh, he's a baby, huh? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He seriously hates when I'm not accessible to him at all times. He's pissed off. So anyways, these are awesome slippers. Like I said, 24 bucks. They're cute. These have lasted me like an entire year. Like I probably could pick up new ones, but I don't really need to. Like these are good. I really like this. Oh, another big thing about these, more than just slippers, is that where you put your foot, like where you're stepping down, is not fur. That is the biggest selling point for these, because if you buy the ones that are all fur, eventually where you're putting your foot is gonna get matted down and just look dirty, especially if your feet are not like pristinely right out of the shower. They're just gonna get dog hair in them, they're gonna get dirty, they're gonna get matted, and you're gonna need to replace them much faster. That's what I should have started with. That's why these are so awesome. And then I actually only have 2 other things. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I have one other thing that's kind of like a 16th thing. So the 2 other things I was gonna talk about are in regards to candles in your home. The first one is the RO Trends candle trimmer set. Now there are several candle trimmer sets on Amazon. This one is the one that I have. It was 15 bucks. Most of them are. It's just matte black, comes in like a little drawstring pouch, as you can see. And this is nice because it has the 2 things that I want. The main thing being the candle trimmer. I have heard that trimming your candle wicks burns everything more evenly, and it's just like a nicer, like less smoky situation if you're just continuing to light like a burnt wick. My sister Olivia shamed me once because I was lighting my candles and she was like, trim your wicks. And so I was like, okay. So I had to buy this. This also does come with one of those things that you can extinguish your flames with. Most of the time I just blow it out, but you can use that if you want to. But this is just a nice little nice to have set for your candles. And the other thing that is really nice to have is this Supris lighter, electric lighter, candle lighter, USB lighter. So basically this is a product that you use instead of a traditional flame igniting wand. What is it called? Lighter, just a regular lighter that uses, what does it use? It uses some sort of lighter fluid, I guess. Anyways, this you don't have to replace at any point because you just charge it. This is just an electric thing that you charge. I have 2 of these and I have never had to charge it, I don't think, in like a year. So they last a really long time, but this is just one of those things. You guys have seen them. I'm not explaining this well, but you know what I mean. You can just light it by pushing the button. It just creates like this little electrical thing, and then it's rechargeable. You can use this for more than just candles. You can use it for like even barbecuing or lighting some sort of fire outside. I use these exclusively for candle lighting in my home and I love it. Okay, the last thing, this is actually a 16th thing, but I use this every single day. And this is something that I bought because I was like, maybe that would be nice. And now I cannot live without it. I bring this on vacation with me. I'm very unhappy without it. This is the Magic Team Sound Machine White Noise Machine. There are several of these as well on Amazon. This is the one that I have. It was 24 bucks. Sometimes I've seen them on sale for like 16 bucks. I can't really tell you why I bought this one other than the fact that it's an Amazon Choice product, which I tend to trust. And then it also has literally 28,000 reviews that are almost 5 stars. So this does have 20 non-looping natural soothing sounds with memory function, 32 levels of volume. It is just powered by like a USB, and it does have a timer as well. So there's all these like functions on it. There's all these sounds. I use one sound that sounds mostly like, almost like when you're on an airplane where you hear that like background hum or white noise sound. And I have this play all night until I turn it off in the morning. You can do a timer for like an hour, 45 minutes or whatever if you just want to use it to get to sleep. But I like this playing all night long, and Jorge loves it now too. So did we absolutely have to have this to get to sleep? No, but it does a great job of like drowning out, especially like I have anxiety, and if I can't get to sleep and I'm like hearing any little sound, I'm like, great, I'm awake. Like my brain is constantly going. So this helps. This is great. We rely on it now. Like I said, we bring it on trips with us. You can just go on YouTube and like play a sound on your phone. And I've done that in a pinch, but I prefer this. This is like my safety net. So I love that if you're looking for one. Okay, and with that, that completes this video. Those were all of my Amazon picks for this year. There are definitely other things that I could mention. If you guys want me to do another video, let me know. Otherwise, I might just stick to every 6 months or every year doing my favorites from Amazon. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am typically a beauty channel, but sometimes I like to throw up other videos like this. Let me know if you enjoyed it by clicking the thumbs up button, and I hope to see you in my next video. Okay, bye.